Hello, everyone. It is Friday. It is day 2 of the Read With Me challenge. And somehow I feel like calling it the Read With Me challenge is maybe a misnomer. I really wish that it would be like reading is fundamental, Read With Me challenge, a la Drag Race. But no, I don't know. I had coffee today. Please bear with me. So I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes because today we're going to continue reading the wonderful book that I found yesterday, this random old book called The Forge in the Forest by Padraic Colum. And yeah, what we got into yesterday was that there are 4 brothers who were in the forest. They caught themselves a horse. I guess it's a beautiful white horse that is called the king's horse, and they're just like, why is that? And they go to the forge in the forest so they can get shoes for the horse, and in the forge they meet not the blacksmith but the king. So here's where we are to get you started with where we're going to be starting today with our 5 minutes. So, small sip of water. And let's get started with this timer. 5 minutes on the clock. Go now. All right. So he put the iron into the fire. One of the brothers stepped forward. I pray that it is not my story you are going to tell, the second brother said to him. Brother, I know not what your story is, he said. And saying that, he looked towards where the king was watching the fire, and he began. Scrolling. Phaethon. His fiery steeds and his gleaming chariot, the sun god, Helios, gave over to the young man Phaethon. Maybe it's Phaeton, sorry, my pronunciation's bad. The shining doors were rolled open, and the steeds stood there, pawing the ground and sniffing the wind that blew towards them. Yoked to the steeds was the gleaming chariot. These were the horses, and this was the chariot that, journeying through the heavens, brought light and warmth to men. None but Helios himself had ever driven them before. Now Helios stood there, and the light was gone from his face. O Phaethon, my son, he cried, thou art being given what thou hast claimed. But before thou dost take the reins, stay and consider. Thou art half mortal, and only the immortals may drive these fiery steeds and this gleaming chariot through the course of the heavens. But the young man Phaethon sprang into the chariot and took in his hands the reins that were across the necks of the fiery steeds. Long did I live on earth, he said, without name and without honor. Now I would have the world know that I am indeed the son of bright Helios. Thou didst swear to let me have a token that I, Phaethon, am indeed thy son, and this is the token that I claim, to be let drive thy steeds and thy chariot through the course of the heavens for a single day. Renounce thy desire before it is too late, and stay in my shining halls, known to mortals and immortals as my son, the son of Helios, who brings light and warmth to the world. But already the young man had shaken the reins. The fiery steeds sprang forward, and the shining doors of their stable rolled back. Something more his father said to him, but Phaethon did not hear his words. The bright wheels spun round, and the chariot of Helios took its course through the sky. The brightness of their tossing manes made Phaethon exultant. The swiftness of the steeds as they swept along the brightening path through the heavens filled him with delight, and his heart was lifted with pride as he held the reins that guided the course of the horses. I, he cried in his pride, I, the nameless son of Clymene, my mother, have the horses of Helios under my hands. I drive my father's gleaming chariot through the heavens. I, Phaethon, will be remembered, and all men must speak of me, because for a single day I am bringing them light and warmth. Ooh, I have chills. He thought of the time he had bade farewell to Clymene, his mother. He thought of how he had come into the bright halls of Helios. He thought of how he had heard his father speak of him, praising his beauty, and how pride had grown in him then, and a resolve to have his father grant him a token that would make the world know that he, Phaethon, was indeed the son of Helios. His father had sworn that he would grant him any token that he might ask. And what other token might I ask than this? To have their reins in my hands, and these fiery steeds sweeping forward upon the brightening path? O brightness of fire! What was it that my father said about none but an immortal being able to drive the steeds of Helios? I drive them. I am half mortal, but now that I have driven the fiery steeds and the gleaming chariot, I feel that I am become immortal. Immortal, 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 he cried, as he went through the brightening heavens. Immortal Phaethon! But the immortal horses knew that hands that were not immortal held their reins. They knew that the weakness of one who dies was in the hold that was upon them. They swerved aside from their path in the heavens. They plunged and plunged, going farther off their course. And upon earth men looked up and said, "A portent in the heavens! The steeds of Helios are rushing here and there!" Plunging and plunging. Ooh, scrolling, because I got, oh, that's horrible. That's a horrible place to end. It's the climax of the thing. Well, that was 5 minutes of reading. Thank you so much for joining me today and listening to me read this. And if you yourself would like to join me in this Read With Me challenge, where you pick up a book, any old book, and read for 5 minutes a day as a way to get back into a practice of reading and embrace the joy that comes from books, then yeah, feel free to join me and use the hashtag Read With Me challenge or hashtag Insta Book Club. And yeah, comment and let me know that you're doing this, because I'm following along with these hashtags and I want to see what you're reading. I want to know what you're reading, and I want to see how this is going for you. So see you tomorrow. Bye.